Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages. Welcome to round one of my very own RedEyes $450 Dead in April tournament qualifiers for Group B, brought to you and sponsored by Hunter of Gunmen and Glacier Gaming. And we have got 3 rounds of action, mayhem, and strategy coming your way today. But first and foremost, for those of you who aren't acquainted as to who I am, I'm RedEyes, your ever-lovable and adorably cuddly caster. Bring you that daily dosage of butt kickery, tomfoolery, and all-around shenaniganism. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, I did say that 3 rounds of action, mayhem, and strategy coming your way today. And we're kicking things off with, you guessed it, an Aaron Gale, the off-bred love child of Sandhawk and Miramar. But before we get too much into it, let's see what kind of teams we got. We've got the 4 Dragons, Revenge, Team Aces, Root Dudes, Galactic, Esports, Growing Stronger, 4 Centimeters, All In, Ultimate Gaming, Team Unique, B-Town, Outcast Legends, Sentinels, Heights, BE, Just for Kings, It's Esports, Spirits, Nova Esports, and Stanza 7. So I'm expecting action right off the bat. And let's see what sort of map we are going to be working with here. Oh my, it is not the most centralized, but it's a pretty ideal flight path, all things considered. It really is going to leave a decent number of drop spots affordable to our participants, and we are already seeing some early droppers here. We got the likes of, let me get my highlighter on here. Yeah, sorry about that. Let me get that highlighter. Yes, we have got, oh wow, it looks like 4 Dragons dropping alongside Nova, and I think we're gonna have to just tune into that just to start things off here. Let's get a quick glance here. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube, guys. It would mean the world to me. I am less than 30 followers away from hitting 1,000, so it would just be a huge help to me if you could. But let's go ahead. Yeah, oh, wow. Lots of clusters forming here. Rozhawk getting some attention. It looks like it's going to be members of Stanza 7 dropping alongside the opposition in... Pardon me. Come. Bring it to the top, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're already fighting, too. What? Yeah, we're going to have to switch over to that, guys. I apologize. I didn't expect it to be getting into the thick of it so quickly, but Rude Dudes and Stanza 7 are at each other's throats already, and Rude Dudes have already acquired a kill from it. Get that highlighter turned off. Alrighty. And I'm going to go ahead and disappear from the scene. Let's get into the action. All right, so we got our boy here in Peaceful getting a high ground advantage over members of Stanza 7, but here already we are going to see it get into the thick of it. We got Jang firing outward, and ooh, 7BK just wrecks into Peaceful right there and then. It's a quick takedown. But all the while, we still have this altercation off in the distance between members of 4 Dragons and the opponents in Just for King. We got Matoto, JPack, Hoist, and Quads. And Hoist is by far the closest to the altercations, or the potential altercation, I should say, but not anything in the works of it just yet. So, I think we'll switch down south because we have got more action already. Ultimate Gaming having a very rough start. It looks like Cobra and Pablo have already been taken down, leaving everything riding on Scar KK and Z4. And boy, things are looking awfully grim. Now they have lost Cobra. The Cobra has been taken down, and so that's going to reduce them. Oh, goodness, Z4 down as well. That's going to leave Scar as the final remaining hope here for Ultimate Gaming. And at this point, the idea should probably be a little more set towards survival and getting those placement points that his team needs so they won't immediately be ruled out of the running here to advance. Which, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over the format as it currently is. Keep in mind, the graphic has not yet been updated. It'll probably be updated before the next qualifier. But we have 20 teams competing, and of those 20 teams, 4 actually advanced because we run 3 rounds of qualifiers these days. So 12 qualified teams plus 8 invited Tier 1 teams, so they duke it out at the $450 finals for that sweet proverbial cash prize. Now, I saw some more knocks happening in the distance. Yeah, we just do not have a choice. We have to go catch eyes on the J4K crew. This is Just 4 Kings in a 2-2 split here. And interestingly enough, they've got members of 4CM not far off. Oh, but Slack's being wrecked into just the second his head peeked around that corner. I think those shots must have come from the side where he was in visibility the entire time, but I'm not sure about that. All the while, All In having a rough go of it as well. It looks like they've lost half of their starting base as well. Jay and Daniel have been eliminated, leaving everything reliant on Nas and V. Guys, thank you so much for being here. It really means the world to me to see you guys in the chat here and supporting. Hey, Avocado. Be sure to follow Avocado on her streaming platforms, ladies and gentlemen. She is also a content creator. If you support me, help by supporting the other people in this community who do the same. We kind of work our butts off to put out some entertainment here for the community. So anytime it's appreciated is very much a good day for us, I should say. I don't know what a word. But getting eyes on the likes of Spirit, looks like they were very close by in a potential altercation with its esports, but not going to amount to much there. However, we got other members of the team, particularly, is that Gordo? No. Mourinho, relatively close by the its esports crew, but it does look like they are going to be prioritizing shifting and getting new positioning inside this zone, and that's understandable. We got plenty of time left here to get those later. It's still early on in game, and this is a marathon, not a sprint. Oh, but the 4 Kings having at it, and 4 Kings versus 4 centimeters, and boy, all the while, and 4 dragons, 4 Kings, and, 4 dragons just for Kings, and 4 centimeters, all duking it out here. It's a 4-4-4 altercation. All right, switching over to Matoto here. Ooh, Matoto just wrecked into from Ace. Just from across the road. Nice shots. Speaking of Ace, gonna catch eyes on his glimpse here. He's working as a 3-piece at this point. They've already lost slacks, but they're still in a fairly even fight here against these 4 dragons. He's desperately trying to make his way over to his fallen teammate, swimming through a cloud of utilities and smoke, but still taking heat from the rest of the J4K. But Mickey right there taking Pastor and Yuki out. All the while able to get the revive on his fallen teammate. That's coming in clutch, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what about the crew here in Outcast Legends? It looks like they are closing in on the looming threat of Nova Esports, and so far, I didn't hear a single bullet be fired from the end of Nova, which is a little bit surprising. Yeah, we got Hyper here, preparing for him to head over with a 6x Honey Badger combo. Now, originally, I would have given that a lot of grief, like a 6x on a Honey Badger. Well, it turns out that gun is ridiculously good in terms of controlling. I can't remember if it's horizontal recoil or vertical recoil, but it basically has almost none of one of them. Oh, of course, Avocado. Thank you for being here to appreciate it. All right, so already no time to waste. So many potential altercations here in the mix. We got members of the Sentinels working their way by the looming threat beneath them of Outcast Legends, and it does not look like they're going to be catching any flack for that. So switching back over to GCS, this is, of course, Galactic Esports, and they are right here in the mix with Team Aces. And as you can see, Clout and Q's desperately trying to escape the clutches of their opposition here, but taking some bullets over to their, I guess some bullet damage to their vehicle. Luckily enough, not to them themselves. Code works, no. All right. Well, what else is happening on the board? Apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'm running everything myself here, trying to overseeing the social media while doing the camera work and casting. So it can get a little bit jumbled down. Just be patient with me there. Let's see. Where is our next bit of blood going to come from? It could be here between its esports and members of B-Town. Right in this general vicinity right here. I'm curious to see if it's going to amount to much, but also beneath them, we have Spirit being approached from the backside, potentially by Team Unique. It looks like Unique's going to work their way a little bit more northbound, understandably so. And so that's going to lead me to wonder, where should we be tuning into at this point? We have a little bit of downtime. Downtime is to be expected on larger maps, and larger maps are going to be, you know, 2 out of the 3 maps that we're working with today, so you can expect your moments of downtime. But you know what I always say, ladies and gentlemen, a more passive early game always directly translates to a more action-packed climactic mid or end. Oh my goodness, Mourinho with some absolute monster shots there. Did it not get the knock? I was almost sure that it did. Sorry about leaving that highlighter open. Getting eyes on the opponents in Team Unique here. We see Coriano holding position here, and I like what they're doing here, utilizing a little bit of smoke cover to go along with this geographical cover that they have here, kind of leaving Spirit wondering up in the open as to their exact locations. However, it looks like other members of Unique are having a bit of drama, as we see Qmo in the distance, I guess Mo in the distance, being taken down. So it looks, this, I could be incorrect here, but this could amount more likely to a little bit of a standoff here, would be my guess. Just because there's a little bit of distance and a little bit of cover here for both teams. So what about working our way back up to All In? Wow. All In is finding themselves all in a pickle here. I should say I was going to say a peanut butter and screwed sandwich, but both, I guess it's still a sandwich, but they are just kind of pinched here in between members of BE. Now, BE utilizing a 1-1-2 split here, which is a pretty risky tactic. You don't often see it in, you know, at least you don't often successfully see it executed in the lower bracket events, and it's pretty rare even at the Tier 1 Pro circuit to see it done successfully, and that's just because it's a pretty difficult tactic to get in position for without being noticed by your opposition. We got some other stuff happening here. Yeah, it looks... Yep, here we go. Catching eyes on Team Aces. We got Sadra trying to make his great escape here. Looks like his teammate 20P taking quite a hit in the process. He's going to try to run him over, going right for Hyper here. And he goes for the prone shot, but all for naught. Taken out instead, leaving everything riding on Go-To, 20P, PX18, and Go-To and PX not wasting any time as they wreck into Hyper. So, anything else on the board at the moment? Couple other potential things here. Yeah, I think I want to go back to Unique and Spirit just in case, but I still have my doubts about that reaching much of a climactic point here at this stage. What about this 2-piece? We'll just check in on it just to see. And as I say it, I'm choking on my words here as Mourinho is just swallowing bullets here from Coriano and Mo, taken down to just around 1/3 of his overall health. And just like that, we are seeing All In going off in the distance. Oh, it's Coriano taken down right there. Let's go switch back to Team 10. The crew in All In. They are in an interesting situation because they were outnumbered, outmanned, and outgunned in a 2-3 standoff against the likes of Outcast Legends. But Nas getting the takedown on Eduardo definitely helped even the odds. Nas is going to have to be careful because if he starts focusing in and zeroing in so much on Eduardo, he is going to be just like fish in a barrel to the remaining members of the Outcast Legends. There's 2 behind Nas. Oh. To add insult to it, it's esports working their way in and potentially going to be able to steal the kill on Eduardo. All right. Well, that's all in. And getting a takedown of his or her own. All the while, Alien facing a couple shots from the likes of Nas himself. This is an interesting zone, ladies and gentlemen. Literally, almost half of it is occupied by water, and I love to see it. But I know the participants are kicking their feet about it. But coming from a spectator's point of view, I don't like idle downtime. So when you're further limiting the participants' options in terms of where they can occupy, it just means that we're due for some earlier action. We're hearing some shots in the distance, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be from the members of Growing Stronger. I'm not 100% sure, but we got Tygon here working his way a little bit closer, trying to catch an off angle on its esports. Oh boy, Yamrash cooking up a nade as well. Nade's being thrown back in retaliation. Oh man. Look at this. We got Quang pulling right up to Tygon, but he doesn't know. And Tygon, if he fires, he's going to have to deal with the Outcast Legends. This is going to get interesting, ladies and gentlemen. And boom, Tygon with a monster nade right there and then. Oh man, Stanza 7 having at it in the distance. Tygon just swallowing that nade and somehow not taken down. And still able to get the takedown on Alien with no health of his own. And boom, Jingy taken down as well. And that is it for its esports. Nicely done. All right. Well, Lemon desperately trying to get the revive on his or her fallen teammate, Yamrash. Look at all these teams working their way across the water, trying to be sneaky water snakes. But guess what? Catch 22. If everyone is trying to stray from the path, then nobody strays from the path. Gonna catch eyes on Stanza 7 because there's still a full 4-piece, but they're finding himself just outside the reaches of the safe zone here. And the reason for that being is because members of B-Town here holding position and gatekeeping pretty effectively. We got Playboy and Kiddu here holding position. Now, this is interesting to see 7B and Jing utilizing this shack because I say this time and time again, those shacks are the empty promises of PUBG Mobile. They just provide a false sense of comfort. Those 4 walls aren't really helping you. Just as often, they're pretty detrimental. Oh, but 4 Dragons members of B-Town as we speak, as Hoist gets a takedown uphill. J-Pack taking a pretty hefty load of damage there. Hoist going to try to enshroud himself in a cloud of smoke here. And good timing because he's being approached from the backside as well by members of Sentinels. Oh boy, Hoist could be in trouble. Well, Growing Stronger, wasting... Oh, Hoist with a monster! Oh my goodness, he just ran him over like a bowling pin. Look at that kill message in there, too. All right. Now, desperately trying to heal up before moving. Looks like he was able to do so successfully. And down he goes as revenge is served cold and fast and on a plate. Let's see if J-Pack can avenge his fallen teammate here. No, he cannot. He is instead just ripped apart by the lightning. Tygon with some monster distance sprays here. 3x4, low recoil, and boom, getting the finish right then and there on. All right, speaking of which, we have to go tune in to that altercation here. We got members of Revenge here. At this point, reduced down to a two-piece with no kills yet to their name and just in trouble. We see Banna here being approached by the opposition in Heights. Oh my goodness, look at here. Little Cammy here swimming right next to Tracy. Yamraj of Growing Stronger getting a takedown on stanza 7 off in the distance. And it's a love triangle here between members of Revenge, Heights, and potentially Outcast Legends if Cammy can actually get out of the water. Guys, please do share this around in your Discord servers and social media. It would really mean a lot to me, and we put a lot of work into this, and oftentimes don't have the best of turnouts. Banna just wrecked apart by that nade there. Okay, well, that is going to leave a world of trouble here for Tracy. And chase the point. All right, well, Growing Stronger having on the bridge. Okie doke, ladies and gentlemen, we are down to our final 4 teams. We got members of Growing Stronger facing off against BE, members of Sentinels, and Heights. Growing Stronger, Heights, Sentinels, and BE. We got ourselves a 4v3 to end our first round. This is going to get interesting. It's an almost fair fight to end the first match. Look at this. Oda holding a great positioning here. He's got a great knock on WJat there off in the distance. Jat 24K. Combining all the names of the pros here. Well, Oda cooking up a very optimistic molly here. I'm not really sure what he's thinking. If that actually ever hit, I would be shocked. Oh, but now finding himself in a potential line of fire for Heights. Look at that. First, the second he gets a takedown, Tygon retaliates. Okay, well, looks like members of Sentinels might be facing off right across the bridgeway with BE as we speak. We got Laggy Panda cooking up a utility as we speak. Oh, dealing out some damage, but not enough. He's got more where that came from. Going to try to make it rain some more hellfire, but a nade thrown back in retaliation, doing significant damage to him and taking him down to below 25% of his health. And boom goes the dynamite, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and another one! So many clips here. Oh, Senza almost being wrecked into those couple metal bars, all that separated them from life and death. Ooh, Angers is out at the hands of Yamraj, who had no health of his own. And look at this. Growing Stronger is absolutely living up to their name here. Still a full 4-piece, and ladies and gentlemen, I say it every single qualifier, every single final, every single event I've ever cast. I cannot place enough emphasis on how much it can help to be a full 4-piece come in-game. It can be the absolute difference maker between a dub and a dunzo. That is a very spontaneous phrase. Not good. All right. Jet and Lemon. Oh, Jet wrecks into him with that slightly off angle. And now here comes members. Jet utilizing what little bits of cover he can. This buggy it is giving them some cover, but that thing could be blown up in just a moment's notice. Tygon and Coda, and the remainder are growing stronger, holding position here. Oh boy, things are starting to look a little grim. We got Senza here with an angle on Tygon, but Tygon still pushing aggressively and advancing upon him at half health. And the nade honestly looked like it was going to be perfect, but it is not. However, the nade thrown back in return definitely dealing out some significant damage. You can see RedDog probably out of utilities of his own. He does not seem to be throwing much to help out the mix. Senza and RedDog desperately trying to stay in zone, but so low on health. And they are the final two hopes here. Oh, and that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Golly. What a match to kick things off. I don't care who you are, any way you look at it, that's got to be game over. But what a way to kick off the day as Growing Stronger dominates this playing field here with, count them up, 21 kills. 21 kills. Ladies and gentlemen, that means that they took out over 25%, 1/4 of the playing field, all goes to Growing Stronger, and they all put up heavy numbers. The lowest amount of kills was 4, going to Lemon. I mean, they're almost evenly distributed, too. It's pretty impressive to see a team improve that drastically fast, but good on you, Growing Stronger, living up to the name. Second place, the silver medal, going to the likes of Sentinels. And that is going to be with 8 kills. Not bad. BE acquiring third with 1 kill from Anger. We got Heights getting 4th place with 2 kills, both of which came from Verpt. We got Revenge in 5th place, but 0 kills to speak of, unfortunately. Members of Outcast Legends in 6th with 2 kills from Emma. We got Stanza 7 acquiring 7th with 5. 8th place is going to go to members of B-Town. Now, why? Okay, yeah, B-Town. Gotcha. 8th place with 2 kills. We got members of the 4 Dragons. Yep, that's the 4 Dragons in 9th place, and that's going to be with 4 kills. Team Aces securing 10th with 6 kills, 4 of which go to PX18. Good on ya. We got GCS. GCS is, of course, the Galactic Esports crew with 2 kills from Kamza. Moving forward, down to 12th, Spirit in 12th with 3 kills. 1 to Chris, 1 to Marino, and 1 to Mando. We got Unique in 13th with 1 kill from Hooks. All in 14th with 3. And 15th is going to go to It's Esports, but unfortunately for them, a big old onion for kills. 16th belonging to members of Ultimate Gaming, I believe. Yep, Ultimate Gaming. And that's going to be with 1 kill from Rush Pablo. The Rude Dudes in 17th, and that's with 1 kill from Peaceful. Nova Esports in 18th, but a big fat onion for kills. Just 4 Kings in 19th with 3. All 3 came from Mickey alone. And last place, 20th, is going to belong to the likes of 4 Centimeters with 1 kill from Pastor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is just 1 round down. We still have 2 more ahead of us. Yes, yes, yes. Just in case you weren't aware. Let's see here. What is going on with that? Okay. That was so weird. Anyways, but yes, we do still have 2 more matches ahead of us. Now, we've seen our participants on the very first map ever of Erangel, but what is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, when we take things to that wide, open, dry, arid desert? I am, of course, speaking about Miramar as we return for round 2 of 3 of my very own RedEyes $450 Dead in January tournament qualifiers for Group B, brought to you and sponsored by Hunter of Gunmen and Glacier Gaming. Stick around. We'll be back soon. Aw, shucks. Wrong thing. There we go. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to round 2 of 3, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, 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 yes. Rounds 2 of 3. I believe I have a thing for that. Yeah. Boom. Thought I did. Well, apparently not. Anyways, round 2 of 3, and we're going to be kicking this off, as you guessed it, a Miramar. Now, what do we need to say about a map like Miramar? Essentially, it's our largest map. Technically, Erangel is also an 8x8, but that includes Erangel's bodies of water. So realistically, this is going to be our largest map, meaning that the odds of 2 teams landing next to each other are just going to be a bit slimmer. But it's also the most open map that we have in the game, so the odds of you being sniped from 300 meters away are also higher. And the third and final thing I want to say is that this map is so large that it finds itself almost entirely reliant upon the flight path to determine just what sort of early game we actually end up getting. So with that being said, we are going to see what we're working with. Okay. Pretty freaking ideal flight path here for the participants. You couldn't really ask for a much better path than this. Almost perfectly centralized. And the main thing about Miramar's, I guess, structure, I should say, organization, is that it's the one flight path where I'd say the best route isn't necessarily the central one. And that's because of this route from Campo Militar down to like the prison area. It's just in between 2 entirely map-wide long strings of cities. But the thing is that this flight path is in reach of almost all of those. So it is a pretty ideal path. So yeah. DJ, cut the beat. Let y'all in on a little secret. I'm the DJ. All right. So, kicking things off, we got members of the 4 Dragons, at least one member of the 4 Dragons, landing just across the street from the opposition in all-in esports. And it looks to be, at the very least, a 1v2 scenario. Yeah? Nope. Maybe a 1v1. Maybe I'm just tripping. But what about what else is happening here on the playing field? So many things. Goodness gracious. We are having nothing but action off the bat as we see members of Ultimate Gaming dropping alongside the opposition in Rude Dudes. And, oh boy, it's esports already in the clutches of it, too. They've lost a member and have gotten a takedown on someone else, all the while. And there's Quang with a monster takedown via the M4. Lucky to have it at this point. So it's all down to Quang and Ling. Jingy and Alien have been taken down. Jingy has been eliminated already. Oof, tough pill to swallow. All right, what about BE? We got Malwai already taken down as well. And it looks like Jat 24K trying to get close to the culprit. He did it. Hooked. And there he is, putting those shots down with that 3x UMP spray, getting some good damage in, but not enough to seal the deal. Yep, and yes, it does look like the Sentinels might be going off in the distance, so we'll go switch over to them just for a brief moment. Goodness, are they ever? Senza has 3 kills already? And the only person remaining in the opposition of its esports is Ling Q. Okay, well, lots of other things happening off in the distance, but just so we can have a quick glance, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at what's happening here on the map. Why is that? Oh, sorry about that. Here we go. Make sure. Yep, there. That's how it's supposed to be right there. All right, so yeah, I think we'll go maybe... Yeah. Lots of potential things on the board. We're going to go over to Team 7 here just for a brief second, just to see what's happening. At this point, members of Galactic Esports have already been reduced down to half their starting base, and Kamza utilizing this a little bit of high ground. Ooh, sorry about that. Utilizing this little bit of high ground here and this building cover, trying to hold position and force the opposition in 4 Dragon or Revenge to push up onto them. Kind of that 300 tactic where you know only so many can go up the stairs at once. And making it all the more confusing with that utility, trying to minimize his line of sight. Giving out some preemptive shots with that AK-47, but if you look close, he only has 23 bullets remaining! This poor guy! Outnumbered. Well, not necessarily. It's probably a 2v2 or 2v3. Not altogether outnumbered. But oh, and he's got the bear. I'm not sure what we just saw there. All right. Well, this could be one of those standoffs that lingers for a while. So, yeah, as soon as I was going to switch away. That is Q's being wrecked into, just like that, and that is it for them. Revenge gets, I don't know if you can call it revenge if they weren't attacked first, but whatever it was, they did well. So, what about tuning in to Heights and their altercation with the likes of Unique? We got Red getting closer. Yeah, he's got Dracos right here, ready and waiting. And he seems to already know about it. Yeah, and this stairway tactic is not anything new to the PUBG community. We know it might not be the most entertaining of positions to hold, but boy, you know, it's your best bet when you're outnumbered. However, realistically, the numbers are working in the favor of Unique at... I take that back. I take that back. I was looking at Heights color. Yes. Unique Dracos is doing pretty much what I would imagine and expect someone to do in this situation when you have 2 to 3 members of the opposition on you. And Heights is, you know, regardless of, you know, the lack of support that Dracos has from his teammates, you know, he is able to hold him off at bay on that first floor, at least for the time being. Oh, and the caster curse is all too real, ladies and gentlemen. But the drop shot finished the job. Golly. Well, where else? We're hearing some other shots in the distance. Oh, it's Revenge here, trying to catch eyes on members of the 4 Dragons off in the distance. Not really that close. These guys are occupying the Picado region, and so they're trying to get one of those distance knocks. My concern is, even if you are able to acquire that knock, the ability to secure the thirst from that position is a lot slimmer than you know they might have intended. So realistically, you know, to go along with that point, what are you doing in that situation? You're utilizing your ammo, he's utilizing his ammo, you're depleting their armor, they're depleting your armor, and if you get a knock, you're making it so they bleed out faster the next time they're knocked. Is that worth losing all your resources this early on? Ah. Come on. Burp and Dracos exchanging what seems to be warning shots here. Free fire versus free fire. Oh, Burp, he zeroed in a little too much and started seeing red. All not, you know, mentioning his teammate there, but ooh, Micah is down as well. Mika, ooh, and then that is that. Unique, clutching it, and that's it for Heights for round 2. Anything else happening on the playing field? A little bit of a spread, and that really is to be expected on larger maps, as I said last match. But it's never more so to be expected to be the case than it is on a Miramar match. So yes, we do have a little bit of downtime, but as it applied in round one, a more passive early game always directly translates to a more action-packed climactic mid or end game. So it's going to be worth the trade, as I said. So while we have just another brief moment, we're going to go over the format just for any of those who may not have been here in round one. But do be aware that the format has slightly adjusted since this graphic was made, and I'll go over those changes as we go through them. So we got 20 teams competing, and of those 20 teams, 4 teams actually advance because we run 3 qualifiers now instead of 4. So 12 qualified teams plus 8 invited Tier 1 teams. They're all going to duke it out at the finals for that proverbial sweet, sweet $450 cash prize. Sponsored and brought to you by Hunter of Gunmen and Glacier Gaming. And guys, if you aren't following those two, you absolutely need to. They have some of the biggest hearts of anybody in this community, and they do it almost entirely. I mean, it's entirely selfless. They get nothing out of this. They get nothing in return, and they just put money, their hard-earned money, on the line here to put this event out and keep PUBG Mobile exciting and fresh. So huge shout out to Hunter of Gunmen and Glacier Gaming. Thank you guys for keeping this alive. All right. Well, Sentinels could be getting approached on from the likes of Growing Stronger, who are working their way in from the eastbound portion of the map. Now, this could be problematic for them if the Sentinels utilize that high ground. But no time to waste, because it looks like all in going in yet again. I guess I shouldn't say yet again. That's their first kill of the match. Whatever it was, the deed is done. All right. B-Town, at this point, reduced down to 3 members. Playboy has been eliminated earlier on, leaving it reliant on Kid, Pratty, and Aimbot. And we see Kid here with that Winchester. Uh-oh, looks like the old OGs off in the distance, the old gangsters themselves, or whoever they're filling in for, having at it. Yeah, 4 centimeters Lux needs to get this revive on Banana, and luckily he's got Pastor, his teammate, coming in to try to provide a little bit of overwatch and cover fire before the push from any opposition. Good thing that they have going for them is that the opposition, while they do have high ground, is pretty far out, pretty far away. And I think, if anything, that just goes to exemplify Miramar in a nutshell. Distance, can be a false sense of comfort here on a map that is as geographically open spaced as Miramar. Just because you have 300 meters between yourself and your opponent doesn't mean you're not getting on. Okay. And the downtime is looking like it's going to linger just a little bit longer. But as I said for round one, a more passive early game is only going to mean one thing, ladies and gentlemen. A more action-packed mid or end game. We got Ultimate Gaming, Cobra, and Z4 just trying to work their way into the zone, but I'm not sure if they realize they are right on the cusp of being taken out by BE. I think they do know, as Cobra seems to be advancing to engage. Ooh, Jassa just wrecked into right then and there. Not a chance. Well, that's going to leave BE down to Mr. Phoenix. Okay. Look at this. Ultimate Gaming could be in a bit of a conundrum. Yes, they are being pushed on in a potential third party from the Just 4 Kings crew. We got Ace, Slacks, Mickey. Ace holding the off ankle, and I think Slacks and Mickey are going to be taking a lot of the attention here from Ultimate Gaming. And yes, Ace is going to capitalize. Guys, this is not to be confused with Team Aces. We're talking about the player, Ace, of Just 4 Kings. Mickey shot down to almost exactly half health here. Oh, and the four dragons having a rough go in the distance. All the while, we got members of Revenge driving behind. And, ooh, quads off in the distance. Yep. Oh, I got to check in on this. Revenge is going to try to come in and crash the party, so to speak. And I think they're learning their lesson right away as that vehicle has already started to smoke. And that's just for Kings, just focusing in on the likes of Revenge there. But be careful. You don't want to turn your back on Z4 of Ultimate Gaming. They're much closer and a much more likely threat. A more immediate threat, I should say. Hey, Queen, how are you? Hey, what up, Spectator? Spectator mode. Spectator. How are you, buddy? Hey, if you don't mind tuning in on the YouTube, it would mean the world to me, man. I'm really trying to get most of the viewers on that platform. That's where we're going to get the stats from. All right, so it looks like they're going to work their way on out of it. So, where's the next bit of action going to come from? All right, we're going to go to team. Oh, we're going to stay right here. Boy, the Just Four Kings getting real close here to the four dragons. What is going on with that? That was a weird angle. Ooh, Zinc taking a lot of damage there. And boy, when geographical cover is few and far between, he just found himself extremely lucky to have that boulder. But one nade is all that's separating him from life and death here. And boy, you know the four dragons are trying to breathe fire on him, so to speak. Those dad jokes are in full effect, right? Oh, Slacks is downed right in front of our eyes. Quads hasn't taken much damage at all, realistically. Kiddu getting a takedown. Actually, pardon me, Kiddu stealing the kill. Matoto now not learning from his fallen teammate about the location of the enemy, and now they're being third-party attacked from the likes of B-Town. You don't want to be vulnerable to a third party after they beat the teammate. Well, Tygon taken down in the distance by the Sentinels, and Aces, the team, going after Unique. I think we're going to have to switch over and catch the eyes on it. I don't want to zero in on just one fight. The Yamraj taken down off in the distance, and as I say that, it looks to leave everything reliant on Lemon for the team. But catching eyes on stanza 7, boy, they are up here in the mix with the likes of Revenge on one side, and behind Revenge you got BE. Oh, Jing taking a huge hit right there, reduced down to below a fifth of his health. And look at this, these shots coming in from behind, all the while Just Four Kings and the Four Dragons facing off for round 2 here. They had a little fight between them and also the 4 centimeters team. So it was 4v4v4 of the 444 teams in round 1. And it looks like they might have a little bit of revenge on the mind. No pun intended. Oh, things are starting to look real grim now. Stanza is Spooky being pushed on aggressively and goes for it almost looked like he was going to get the takedown with the UMP spray, but ultimately the opponent with a nice drop shot, just barely getting him in time. Well, it looks like Hoist is not going to take the time to heal up. He is going to go for it, but again, turning his back on other members in an open map like Miramar is his undoing. Okay. Oops. All right, where Where's the next bit of blood gonna be? Let's switch our attention over here. Yeah, I know where we're going. We're gonna go check in on members of 4 centimeters here. They are just swimming in a pool of spirit. Who got spirit? They do. God, these dad jokes are fun. All right, Banana is in a world of trouble here. Outnumbered, outmanned, and outgunned, and naded out! Mando with a monster nade. That's going to leave Pastor as the last hope. And boy, this guy is trying to dodge hellfire left and right. And when there's fire, there is smoke. But Pastor wrecking house there. And that is it. That Banana is... Well, pardon me. Pastor getting his house wrecked. Mando wrecking house there. That is that for them. All right, well, kind of out of the frying pan into the fire, so to speak, for Team Aces and for Team Spirit. Both of them in prior engagements and now facing off immediately after. Now, Spirit has a bit of a disadvantage here, in my opinion, given Ace's high ground geographical angle here. However, some could argue that Spirit is in about an equal position as they do have the compound cover. However, I think the high ground is just better. I think there's still the potential to be shot through the windows if your opponent does hold such a high ground like this. DX18 getting closer to keep the pressure on him, all the while Go-To being pushed on by the final hope for Ultimate Gaming. This is all-out bloodbath warfare at this point, ladies and gentlemen. This is no more calms before the storm for the rest of this match. All right, nice takedown. So, I think we're going to have to switch on over. Actually, yeah, we're going to go check in on All In. At this point, V and Daniel, all that remains, and outnumbered and potentially in a little love triangle here with the likes of BE and Stanza 7. And Stanza is ready to go at it. Oops. Sorry about that. Unfortunate. Jang with this little bunker smoked out. Nice cover, but can't really do much to the opposition while you're in there. But no hate there. That temporary cover definitely serves its purpose. Now, whether or not he sees All In Daniel, yes, he does. Free kill right there, out in the open. All right, Jat24 taking the attention from Stanza 7's Jang. All the while, his teammate, 7BK, Stanza 7, barely getting to a position of cover. And look at this. Jang responsible now for 5-6 of the kills. 5 of 6 kills would have probably been a simpler way of saying it. Rude Dudes already with positioning in this new zone, but in the mix here with the Sentinels. And that is that Moose getting a member of Stanza 7 right then and there. Nades just raining down a thunderstorm of nades on the Grizzly Bear. And I just watched, well, I can't say the name of the movie, Blank Bear today, and a little disappointed. Thought it was going to be super funny, but not so much. All right, well, the Grizzly Bear hoping to provide a little more entertainment. That is unfortunate for him because that bear is endangered, leaving everything reliant on Senza and Senza alone. And that is a nade to finish the job on him. And down goes 20p as well. Oh boy, Sadra, one of 2 remaining teams, guys. It's going to be Team Aces versus the opponents in Rude Dudes. We got ourselves a 3v3, another fair fight. However, with Manny down, it's going to really be reliant on Titan and Moose. We got 20p here, right on the other end of this wall, and Moose has a real opportunity here, and I think he knows it. Yeah, he's cooking a nade up from there. I think he's got the general gist of 20p's location. However, same can be said against him as 20p makes a nade rain right next to his face. Here we go. 20p firing away. Taking a lot of damage and reduced down to 50% of his overall health. All the while, Moose taken out by PX18 off in the distance. Here we go. And down he goes. 20p's down. PX18's all that remains. Woo! Ouch. Well, as I said last time, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter any way you look at it. That's got to be game over. Yes, it is. That was a pretty darn phenomenal performance on the end of Rude Dudes there. Let's see here. There we go. Making sure I had it. What? Okay, I was like, what is going on there? Yeah, so that's going to be game over any way you look at it, and we got to give it up. Rude Dude's putting up a phenomenal performance, getting 9 kills, but look at this. 8 of those 9 are between Manny and Titan. We got Team Aces securing second, and that's going to be with 11 kills. The Sentinels acquiring third with 12 kills. Stanza 7 getting fourth with 7, 5 of which go to Jang. BE securing fifth, and that's going to be with 3 kills. All in 6th with 3 as well. We got members of Ultimate Gaming entering as a 3-piece in round 2 and getting 4 kills, 3 of which go to Cobra. Oops, sorry about that. That doesn't need to be seen again. 8th place goes to Spirit Airlines here, and that's going to be with 3 kills, 1 from Gordo, 2 from Mando. The Just 4 Kings in 9th with 2 kills from Ace. We got Revenge in 10th with 5. 11th is going to go to the 4 centimeter crew with 0. 12th place belonging to B-Town with 2. Let's see. 13th is going to go to members of Outcast Legends with 1 kill from Lil Cammy. We got Growing Stronger having a much tougher go of it this time around. 14th place and 0 kills. It's almost like all that hard work that they got in round 1 has definitely been evened out here with a less than satisfactory performance here in round 2. We got the 4 Dragons in 15th with 2. 16th is going to go to the likes of Unique, and that's going to be with 5 kills. And get this, 80% of those kills go to Hooks alone. Nova Esports in 17th, but with 0 kills to speak of. And keeping up that trend, we got Heights in 18th with an onion. And Galactic Esports in 19th with an onion. And just like that, to finish that trend, it's Esports in 20th place with 0 as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's 2 matches down and out of the way. But we still have 1 more to go. Now, we've seen our participants on the very first map ever of Erangel. And then we saw them on that wide open arid desert of Miramar. But what is going to happen when we conclude the night on that lush, condensed forest/rainforest? I am, of course, speaking about Sandhawk as we return for our 3rd and our final round of my very own RedEyes $450 Dead in April tournament qualifiers for Group B, brought to you and sponsored by Hunter of Gunmen and Glacier Gaming. Stick around. We'll be back soon. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our third and our final round. That's right, it's also the final round of my very own RedEyes $450 Dead in April tournament qualifiers for Group B, brought to you and sponsored by Hunter of Gunmen and Glacier Gaming. And as per the usual map list, this is going to be what we're concluding the day with, a Sandhawk. Now, what do we need to say about a map like Sandhawk? Essentially the exact opposite of our last match, which was Miramar, our largest map. This is going to be our tiniest. Now, technically, Livik, Karakin, and Noosa are all tinier, but we don't really mess with those as much in the esports scene. So this is going to be the smallest map that we have, meaning that the odds of two teams landing next to each other just going to be a bit higher. But it's also the most condensed map that we have, meaning that it's the most lush in vegetation. There's more natural cover to take, more grass to hide inside, and trees and boulders to hide behind, so you got to be alert for a higher than average number of snakes than usual. And the third and final thing is that this map is so small that it finds itself almost entirely reliant upon the flight path to determine what or almost independently of the flight path to determine what sort of early game we end up getting. But since someone asked in the chat, I guess in the Discord, this is the scoring system that we are going to be using, ladies and gentlemen. I maybe should have mentioned that earlier, but for anyone who's familiar with my events, this is kind of the nature of it. Standard PMPL scoring, as the revised version of it is. But let's go ahead and have a look at this map. So it is, you know, you can't really see the flight path, but I'm not really too concerned about that glitch right now. It's obviously a centralized one, and we are getting such a huge cluster and congestion here towards the top west portion of the map. So I think that's what we're going to start off by tuning into. And if you're just now tuning in, this is our final round. So let's catch eyes. Yep, it looks like members of OG, the old gangsters, going in. Let's have a look-see. This is B-Town facing off in a little love triangle here at boot camp against the likes of Revenge and its esports. Yes, and that is going to definitely be an advancing push here by the likes of B-Town. We got Playboy, Pratty, and Kid very well rehearsed in their synergy here. But they can't forget about Revenge. They can't turn their backs altogether on Revenge, or it could be their undoing. And it looks like the Sentinel's having at it in the distance. Let's have a quick glance. Yeah, it's another love triangle here. This time between Sentinel, Stanza 7, and what looks to be Galactic Esports. And boy, Stanza 7 is the deli meat in this peanut butter and truffle sandwich. Jang is able to get the revive on Spooky, and I feel like that might have boiled down to a little bit of over-hesitation at the ends of Sentinels. But Unique having a fight as well off in the distance. I might want to tune into that for just a moment. Yeah, I think everyone else is going to be dipping on out. So yeah, let's have a look at Spirit in their altercation here with Just Four Kings. Just Four Kings hasn't had a whole lot of screen time. Let's catch eyes on Zinc here, holding down position in a shack. Oof, we said it last match, but those four walls can easily be a false sense of comfort. And growing stronger in the distance, getting a takedown. Can they bounce back from that monstrosity of a second match? Keep in mind, they dominated. And when I say dominated, I mean dominated round one, 21 kills. And a first place finish. Zinc, nice takedown. Yeah, they finished. I am, of course, speaking of growing stronger here, they dominated round one, the Erangel match, with 21 kills. However, the second match eliminated in 14th place or something like that, but with 0 kills on top of it, it almost undid all that progress from round one. So now here they find themselves, you know, realistically, if you think about it, 21 kills in round one is so good that they might actually be able to qualify. All right, where's Unique? Let me see what number Unique is. Okay, it's 12. Draco and Mo here. Here we have it. Mo having at it. UMP in hand. A battle of pre-fires. Growing stronger is, if anything, looking a little bit weaker at the moment. It's all riding on Tygon. And boy, as I say, he looks weak. Oof! I was just about to undo what I said, and then Tygon taken down. But Tygon has worked a special place in my heart for giving me that follow on YouTube. Guys, if you're not aware, I am like 25 to 30 subscribes away from hitting 1,000 on YouTube. Once I hit 1,000, I will be able to start monetizing on the platform, and it would just mean the absolute world to me. If you don't mind, if you could drop a sub, it's definitely the main reason I'm trying to switch this over to YouTube, is to try to grow this platform. All right, Sentinels and Stanza 7, as well as the Galactic crew. Oh, that's Scout being shot down. I want that bear. Pardon me. Scout or Clout? All right. Utilities have been thrown. Mao almost eliminated by that one, being taken down to just a sliver of his health. Going to have to use this opportunity to slightly rotate. Keep his location somewhat in the air for the likes of Stanza 7. Well, B-Town wasting no time. Its esports is eliminated from the picture. However, that altercation did take a minute to work into at boot camp. Mao is really looking in between a rock and a hard place, metaphorically speaking here. Just nothing in terms of heals, and that is why he is out. Well, Playboy of B-Town taken out in the distance. Clout is going to aggressively push here upon Stanza 7. It's Clout and Q's. Clout with that 1-year anniversary UMP. Boy, they don't make them like that. Coming with all, where it comes as a gun maxed out from the get-go. All right, well, this is a potential standoff that I don't really want to stay looming on. But look, we have to. Why? Because Sentinels are doing something, what could be the bow method. And that's just a term that I coined myself for basically when the opponents surround you in a 2-2 split, a 1-1-1-1 split, or a 2-1-1 split on multiple sides and simultaneously constrict on you like a boa constrictor snake. And it's a very effective strategy. It's just extremely difficult to get that positioning set in place to execute. And you usually only see it from a few teams in the Tier 1 bracket, but occasionally those Tier 2, 3 open scrim community teams will surprise you. Well, Grizzly Bear. This bear is in the forest, but he is slightly afraid. Gonna try to work an evacuation in here and pulling a rotation to the edge of the cliff and giving himself some preliminary boosts to try to prepare for that zone damage. This brings you to a great point. You know, while it is still stage 2, ladies and gentlemen, as this match progresses, as is the nature of PUBG Mobile, the zones are going to start hurting more and more as that zone shrinks. And I don't care who you are or what tier you play at. Nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, has a higher KD than that blue zone. So it's not to be taken for granted, especially on a RedEyes event, because anybody who has participated in my events over the past 2.5 years will be aware that I boost up the zone damage, I boost the zone's closing speeds. I don't like the idle downtime. I like to keep the action coming, so that's how I play it. And if you've got that bit of knowledge, take with it what you will, but I will say that the heal strat is not very likely to work out in your favor, given the new point system and what you know about my zones. My events, excuse me. All right, we're going to go back to Stanza 7. It's got to linger here for a bit. All right, we got Reed Dog in very close, uncomfortably close proximity to Stanza 7. We got Spooky. They're holding the edge of that stairs, but whether or not he's aware of... Yeah, he is fully aware of Reed Dog's location, and the reason for that might be a little unfair, but this is a mobile game still at the end of the day, and while this game has progressed in its graphic quality so much since the game came out, you know, there is still the susceptibility to be seen kind of if you're too close to a wall. So not to be taken out of account there. Reed Dog just awaiting any sort of push with that monster of a CQC weapon, the double barrel shotgun, that DBS. Tons of ammo, full clip, and an absolute monstrosity to face against in close quarters. Risley holding a little bit of overwatch in the distance, but not very like to be able to help out significantly from that position, I wouldn't think. Getting eyes on Reed Dog, still just trying to stay alive at this point. His medicine is down to 3 boosts, and that's it. And if you are in his position, you'd want to get out of there, but how? Let's just see where everyone else is on the map. Oh boy. Very centralized one, but look, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of that was water, so they're getting pretty lucky that it kind of steered away from that. But I don't want to sit here for much longer, but I just feel like the second I switch is going to be when they face off. We got Laggy Panda in here. Laggy, I saw that you came over to the Trovo, buddy. If you don't mind going and following on YouTube, it would mean a lot. All right, yeah, I'm going to watch this. Nicely done by Jing! What the heck? That is going on social media for sure. That was impressive. All right, well, they're not entirely out of the thick of it. There's still some more members of Sentinels, but it looks like the remainder is just trying to reprioritize. And as I say that, Jang is down, leaving it all reliant on Jing and Spooky. Aster Curse is all too real. All right, I'm not staying here any longer. If there's anything else on the board, I will go to it. There's not. Oh, my goodness, I almost pressed the wrong button. All right. Well, you know, Stanza 7 is still a 3-piece here, so you don't want to rule them out by any means. And they're all doing okay on health, but as Spooky and Jing, or Spooky and Jang try to pull this rotation, they're going to have to be careful. Hang on, guys. Oh, something burning. That's not what I like. Don't scare me. How can I play? I'm glad you asked, James, so you can register in my Discord. And the links are provided. The link should have been pinned to the top of the chat feed. I guess not. Let me try that again. Hang on, guys. Something's definitely burning. Well, good news. I don't think that it's my apartment. I will take that as a little dub right there. Watch. Next thing you know, it is my apartment or something. All right, we're going to tune into Heights because they have a nice gatekeep on members of Nova Esports. Nova having a real tough day today. Hyper, Jasper, 85, and John, not their finest hour. 85 down for the count. Jasper and Hyper already eliminated, leaving everything reliant on John here. Now, luckily for him, his opposition in Heights doesn't seem to be prioritizing his elimination over the new zone. So he might actually get a second chance at life. But the Outcast Legend facing off as we against members of Galactic. It's all down to Cop and Emma. Cammy popping off, taking Q's out of the equation, but they're going to have to be alert here. Luckily, it looks like they are, because they have 2 other members of Outcast Legends holding the high ground over members of Aces, and I don't think that 20P knows about it. Because if so, he would have had a line of sight over Cop. And I think that Stanza 7 just naded themselves. All right, 4 Dragons up against just 4 Kings again. Yep, now watch this. This is Cop and Cammy's undoing here. As 20P wrecks from the side. He doesn't. That was his chance. And an opportunity just thrown down the drain there. Yeah, and his teammate's out for the count now. All right, well, let's get eyes here on Revenge up against this whirlpool of Heights members. We got Pookie very low on health because of that molly, and he is burned at the crisp. Burn at the stake, burnt to a crisp. 2 different sayings combined in the same motion. Banana is down. That banana is spoiled and rotten. Can't stay right for too long. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. These jokes are getting so corny that I'm going to have to put like a warning or something in the title. Just like really low-grade humor. And the more that you guys cringe, the more I enjoy the joke. All right, we got Draco and Humo of Unique Esports down to the last 2, just those 2. But they do have all the team's 4 kills between them. 75% of those kills going to Dracos. All right, that's Aces going off in the distance. Goku, and 20P is down. As soon as we tuned in to GoTo, we saw 20P just being depleted, and then GoTo as well. Unfortunately, right then and there, the caster curse again. Well, Revenge driving right into all of them, and Z suffering the consequences. Banana with a nice preemptive fire there with the UMP-45 getting the takedown. And then Revenge served on to Revenge. All right, guys, we're down to our final 5 teams spread across 15 players. Looks like Unique still has Draco still has his work cut out from it, and this boosted zone damage is not going to help him. He's got to get in there, and no time to do so. He waited at the split second. Jay just wrecks into him. All right, well, we got a moose out on his own in the forest. A wild moose. Astray a little far from his team, and he knows all about Jay, Daniel, and Naz's location because he just heard those shots. And just heard that as well. Nas getting another takedown, this time on the likes of the high ground holders and Outcast Legends. Hey, Melandro. It's a good graphic designer there. All right. Getting eyes. Rude Dudes. Still a full 4-piece with 4 kills to their name. And boy, All In Jay trying to work his way up the hill. Yeah, I knew Jay was probably going to be down before I was able to switch over to him. But it was such an aggressive push uphill. So many disadvantageous factors he had to get through. Nas might actually have the angle of surprise here on Rude Dudes. And as I say it, cast the cursed. Alright, final 3 teams, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Outcast Legends facing off against the Sentinels. That's Eduardo down to the Emma trying to get some assistance to his teammate. Actually he's taken out in the third party. now it's all on Emma up against multiple members of Sentinels when she could have maybe played low and let the two teams fight it out. Hindsight being 2020. Well, Emma taking a huge hit there. And now the zone has spoken. It is not forgiving, and Sentinels wreck house there, acquiring their third and fourth kills, and now facing off in a, well, I was going to say a number advantage over the Rude Dudes, but realistically, it's a fair fight, a 2v2. Oh, 2v3. Yeah, Rude Dudes have the advantage here, and boom. That is that, ladies and gentlemen. Not the most climactic finish for the final match, but it be like that sometimes. And any way you look at it, as with the other matches, that's got to be game over. But Rude Dudes, golly, being a little bit rude about it, but still taking first place, that gold medal finish with 8 kills. Very nicely done. Let's not discredit Sentinels getting that silver medal, second place finish with 4 kills between Risley and Sinza. The Outcast Legends in third with 4 kills between 3 of them. We got All In living up to their name there and going all in, getting 5 kills between them. Unique in fifth with 7 kills. 5 of those 7 came from Dracos alone. We got the Just 4 Kings in 6th place, and that's going to be with 7 kills total. 7th place going to Revenge with 8 kills, 2 per person. Everybody eats. It's a fair contribution from everyone. All right, 8th place going to Team Aces. Aces is going to be taking 8th place with 5 kills between 20p and GoTo. 9th place is going to belong to Nova Esports, but yet again, another situation with no kills. It's going to hurt. Stanza 7 in 10th place this time around, and with only 1 kill from Jing. 11th belongs to Heights with 1 kill from Desku. Let's see, 12th place going to members of 4 Dragons, and that's going to be, unfortunately, 4 Dragons, 0 kills. 13th going to Galactic Esports with 1 kill from Q's. 14th belongs to Spirit with 2 kills going to Chris. 15th goes to BEX with 2 kills going to Jassa. Let's see, 16th is going to belong to the likes of B-Town. That's going to be with 4 kills, 3 of which came from Kiddu. It's Esports, another tough finish. 17th this time around with 1 kill from Jingy. And the real tragedy of the rounds 2 and 3 has to be growing stronger. You know, this is a team that just dominated in round 1. Absolutely dominated in round 1. 21 kills and a first place finish. And then a 14th place in round 2 with 0 kills. All for it to culminate in the third round with oh, they do have 2 kills going to Yamrash. I think I might have said that, but a last place in this case, last place finish. 18th was all the teams that we had for this last one. So, you know, it's a tough, bitter pill to say the least, but if you are growing stronger, hold on to, you know, that momentum from round 1, because that was not just a good performance. That was a phenomenal, way, way, way above average performance for the tier 2, tier 3 open community. Those types of numbers are so few and far between that even though the remainder of the event did not go as you were hoping, you know, that only leaves room for you guys to grow stronger, all pun intended. I think it's safe to say that they have their Erangel pretty well rehearsed. Now it's coming down to getting these other maps down, because different maps present different geography, and different geography presents different tactics that need to be implemented. So what worked so well for them on a map like Erangel probably was not the ticket, as they learned the tough way, on maps like Miramar and Sandhawk. But that's just food for thought from a spectator's point of view. Take with it what you will, but room for improvement's okay. And I still think that the performance in round 1 was so above average that they should feel relatively okay about today. I mean, I think maybe confidence kind of kicked in a negative way potentially and bordered on cockiness or something. But If that's not it, then it's just getting down to rehearsing these maps and, learning how to switch up the tactics accordingly. But, ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude the day. That's it for the Dead in April qualifiers for Group B. We still have another round of qualifiers ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, 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 yes. Let me see. Where is my map? Calendar. That's what it's called. All right. I'm just going to do it this way. There we go. And I turned that onto the wrong scene. Love it. So, we still have, as I said, one more round of qualifiers, and that's going to be in 4 short days. Sunday, April 23rd, 8 o'clock p.m. EST. If you haven't competed yet, there's still a chance to compete in this month's event. Keep in mind, though, we run this every single month. This is now the event's 26th month. Yes, it's the 26th month of the event. And that makes us the second longest running non-affiliated tournament in North America. So we're second only to Rose League, owned by my boy Shredder. So this is also one of only 2 opportunities to compete in the NA region on a recurrent basis against the Tier 1 pros on a monthly basis. This is one of only 2 events to give you that. And the other event is the Aftershock Media Group Titan Series. And they have a $2,000 prize pool they're bringing to the table every month. So you got to get involved with that too. But first one, are you giving UC? I'm not giving UC for this. Are you talking about custom rooms? These aren't custom rooms, buddy. But anyways, all right, guys. I hope to see you guys next time for the Group C qualifiers, but definitely on Sunday, April 30th for the $450 finals. We'll be announcing the invited Tier 1 pros probably on the 28th or the 29th. I don't like to give it away too early, just because their schedules can change and all that. But it's been an absolute honor and pleasure getting to cast this. Huge shout out to Hunter of Gunmen and Glacier Gaming for making this all possible. Guys, I don't know what your plans are for the night, but I'm going to be ending this stream, taking the dog out, coming back for some personal gameplay. So if you like to watch a potato do potato things, or even like to get some games in with the potato, I'll be here. Thanks again, guys. It's been a real pleasure. And until next time, I'm RedEyes. I hope you follow on all platforms. Have a great night. Have fun. Be safe. Be kind to one another. GG's.